Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Justice. I am 23 years old and I own a small business called Questionable Candles Co. You can find me on Facebook and also on Etsy. My link will also be in the bio if you want to check out my store and support or just check it out and see what I do. I make gag gifts, white elephant gifts. They're adult themed candles, and I also make custom orders or custom ideas. So if you want to just check it out, that would be great. So anyway, into the video, how I lost 42 pounds in 6 weeks. So I have 3 babies. I have a 3-year-old, 1-year-old, and a 3-month-old. So I'm 3 months postpartum. I started my weight loss journey about, 6 weeks ago. Into a little history of my weight loss journey. Before I had my son, I was 120 pounds, upwards of 130. I was always a size 1 or 2, maybe a 4 on the heavier side. But I never was any heavier than that, any bigger than that. I was always fairly small. I'm 5'1" for size reference. Anyway, after I got pregnant with my son 3 years ago, I ended my pregnancy with him at about 187 pounds. I wasn't that as heavy as I was with my last one, but then I thought I was pretty heavy. I kind of tried to lose the weight. I breastfed with him. I breastfed all 3 of my babies. But I breastfed with him and I lost about 20 pounds. Not a ton, but not a lot. So I was about 164. And I kind of stayed around that until I got pregnant with my daughter a year later. I got pregnant with her a year later, and I wasn't concerned about losing weight then. And I just, ate and lived my life and did whatever I wanted. And at the end of that pregnancy, I was about 220 pounds. And I tried to do some yo-yo diets, I think it was Beachbody shakes, Shakeology. I didn't really lose a whole lot with her, honestly, while I was breastfeeding either. I know a lot of people say, well, when you're breastfeeding, you lose weight like crazy. It just falls off of you, and that wasn't really the case with me. But I did the Shakeology shakes. I tried to cut my calories. I tried to do walking more, exercising, and nothing really worked for me. Obviously, cutting calories and working out would have worked in the long run, but I'm one of those people that get discouraged when I don't see the weight coming off right away. So I lost about 10 pounds with her, I'd like to say. Well, no, I went from 220 at the end of my pregnancy, came home at 200, and I lost probably about 10 pounds dieting. So I ended at around 180. I stayed around 185, 186, I'd like to say. And I didn't fit in anything. I wore maternity clothes. I've worn maternity clothes for 3 years now. So embarrassing. But after I had her, I got pregnant with my last baby at 5 months postpartum. She was kind of a surprise, but I got pregnant with her again. I stopped all dieting. I wouldn't diet when I was pregnant because I just felt like I didn't want to deprive the baby nutritionally or do something to harm my pregnancies. I tried to eat a little better and walk more, but that only goes so far when you have 2 other kids and you're pregnant and just tired. So anyway, after I had my last baby, I ended at the same as my second, 220 pounds, and I came home at 200, and I started trying to lose weight about I don't know how far postpartum that was, 6 weeks ago. So, yeah, 6 weeks postpartum is when I started trying to diet and lose the weight. This time, though, I learned about the keto diet. And I joined a bunch of like Facebook groups, and that's kind of how I educated myself on the keto diet. And I got a lot of recipes that way. I also went on Pinterest and found a bunch of recipes. So, like, whatever I felt like eating, I'd find like the recipe keto version of it on Pinterest. So, like, if I wanted pizza, I would find a keto version of pizza. And I just kind of did that for a while until it became to be a little too much. I did that for about 4 weeks. But especially as a mom who doesn't really have time to sit there and cook 3 meals a day for myself, on top of like cooking 3 meals a day for my children, I tried to find something that would be a little bit easier, a little more feasible. So in the mornings, I started doing coffee mixed with a caramel premier protein shake with skinny syrup in it, which skinny syrup has 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 sugar. And then the premier protein shake has 160 calories, 4 carbs. And I'd mix that in together with coffee and ice, and it would be like an iced caramel coffee from McDonald's. And I'd sip on that probably until about 1 or 2 in the afternoon is when I would start to get hungry. So I'd usually have a cordon bleu chicken breast. They're called grillers from Sam's Club, and it's just a little chicken breast stuffed with cheese and ham, and just like a cordon bleu but without any breading on it. And those are really good. They're 200 calories and I think one carb. So I'd eat about 2 of those at lunch. So that's 400 calories for lunch. And then for dinner, I would just make a substitute for whatever I was making for my family. So if I was making my family sausage biscuits and gravy, I would make myself the keto version of sausage biscuits and gravy. Or I would have something easy, like I'd make some salmon and broccoli, or I'd make a pork chop with what other sides do I make with my stuff? Oh, cauliflower rice. I'd make something that was keto friendly on for me, something that was easy. So like a lot of stuff like cauliflower rice. What are the noodles? Oh, zucchini noodles. Um, there's all sorts of stuff that are the keto substitutes, and I can't think of all of them. But you can find the substitutes at like Sam's Club, Walmart, stuff like that. That substitutes like your regular noodles, your rice, stuff like those products. I'm trying to think of what they're called. I can't remember what they're called though. But there's also like snacks like Parmesan crisps, which are great during the day. It's just Parmesan cheese that's baked, so they're like a little chip, and I would eat those a lot during the day when I wanted a snack. And also you can make like a lot of substitutes for dessert, like fat bombs, like peanut butter balls. So like peanut butter, coconut flour, and a sweetener. And I can't remember what the keto sweetener is. You can literally look up the recipe though. Keto peanut butter fat bombs, and the recipe will pop up. It's like 4 ingredients, super easy. It takes like 5 minutes to mix together, and then you roll them into balls, put them on like a sheet, and then put them in the fridge until they cool off enough to where you can like take them off and put them like in a baggie or a container. And then I'll just get one of those when I'm having like a sweet craving really bad. Also, a lot of people on keto like Lily's chocolate, which I haven't tried that, but I heard that that's a really good one for people who have a hard time with chocolate. And then there's also you can find recipes for cheesecake fat bombs, cakes, cookies, breads. I know there's people who make bagels too, bagels and biscuits and stuff like that that are keto friendly. There's also a lot of companies who make keto snacks. There's one that makes keto, I think it's Magic Cereal, Magic Spoon or something like that. and it makes like a keto cereal, but it's expensive. There's a lot of things that are expensive, products that you can buy that are pre-made, but I just make a lot of my stuff myself because it's cheaper. Um, yeah, I just try and keep it pretty simple for me though, but you can find what works for you. The version of keto that I'm on is strict keto. There's a lot of different versions. There's strict keto, there's lazy keto, and there's dirty keto. There might be other versions that I'm not aware of, but strict keto, what I'm on, is 20 grams of carbs or less a day. So, and that's total carbs. You can go by net carb or you can go by total carb. Net carb is like carbs that cancel out with with the fats. So I'm not really sure how that works, but like on nutrition labels, you can see how many net carbs is in something or total carbs. And I go based off of total carbs. Sorry if you hear my kids out there. They're with their dad, and it sounds like they're causing a ruckus out there. But anyway, I go based off of total carbs. And dirty keto, I think that's 50 grams of carbs a day. I breastfeed too while I do keto, so but it hasn't affected my milk supply going 20 grams of carbs a day. If you're breastfeeding and you do keto, and you're like your supply drops, you can up your carbs to like 50 carbs a day and see if that helps, or even go higher than that if your supply is like affected by it. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear that going on back there. They're playing. I think that's pretty much it though. I don't work out. I don't have like a lot of physical activity besides like taking care of my 3 kids. And that's how I lost the 42 pounds in 6 weeks, which was like incredibly fast. I have 38 more to go. After I lose the other 38, I will do another update on how I felt through this whole process, how I liked keto. I really like keto so far because a lot of like diets that I did before, I felt like I was depriving myself. I didn't feel happy on the diet. Like it was hard to like continue it and stick to it. And the weight came off really, 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 really slow. And that was the hardest thing with me with diets, is that I know that it's like safe and healthy to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. But for me, I can't handle that. It's like I want it off, and I want it off yesterday. Right? So with keto, it just like seems to just like fall off super, super fast, and comes off super easy. And I feel like I'm eating good food and food that I like to eat. Like one of my favorite things is scrambled eggs and turkey bacon. And I can eat that and I don't have to feel bad about it. And like cheese, I can eat cheese, and I can eat a burger without the bun, which is awesome. So I just feel like there's a lot of things on the keto diet that I can have that I wasn't able to have on other diets. And I'm a lot happier on the diet. Anyway, though, if you guys have any questions or want me to go more in depth about certain things. Oh, one more thing. Carb Manager. I use Carb Manager, the app, where I'm able to track my carbs, my fats, my calories, my sugar, all of that. I'm able to track all of it on the app. You can go and download it off the App Store and then just play around with it and figure it out for yourself, like where you need to be for your height. You can go online and put it into a calculator for how much calories you need, where your carbs should be, your fats, your protein, all of that, and then you're able to put it into the app and track it daily so that you can make sure that you don't go over on anything, because it's super easy to go over and then totally go off of track. So you can do that app and just play around with it and figure it out, see how it works for you. yeah, pretty simple. So if you guys have any questions, or you guys want me to go more in depth on something, or you want me to, like, what other videos you guys would like to see from me, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks. Bye. I forgot to add really quick my befores and afters, so I'm just going to insert those here right now so you can see where I started, where I'm at now. I still don't look the best. I have stretch marks, I have loose skin, I've had 3 children in 3 years. It's to be expected. We are all human, so please be nice in the comments. And I just want to keep it realistic. So, don't feel bad about those kinds of things. It's what happens to us. I mean, my stretch marks don't bother me. So, yeah, just check out my pictures, and then stay tuned, subscribe so that you guys can see my total transformation after I lose my other 38 pounds. And after I lose that, I'm going to start working out and going to start, I think I'm going to do P90X and see how I like that afterwards, to kind of try and tone everything up after. But yeah, so here's my actual goodbye. Let me know what you guys would like to see in my next videos, and I hope to see you guys soon. Check out my store. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, bye.